Welcome to The Eyes of Indigo with your infinitely curious hosts, Iris Carter and Margot Ross Sears. Our show is broadcast live at 9:30 p.m. Wednesdays. Socio-spiritual topics are laced with humor as we discuss weird stuff in a rational way. Learn more about us in our first episode, The Prequel. Shows are recorded and available on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, iTunes, and other aggregators. A keyword searchable index is at iriscarter.com/EOI directory. Share ideas and comments in the program chat or by email. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share our show. Let us know you're here by typing your hello in the comments because we are thrilled to welcome you as we begin another adventure right now.
There it is.
Aloha,
Aloha, Earth Star.
Yeah,
loose.
with us. Good to see Dale and Jeannie always.
Yeah.
And we just had a big weekend with them, and we're planning that they'll join us next week on the show to do a recap of our weekend this past.
Yes.
Oh, what an amazing weekend.
Highly beneficial. Great stuff. It was. We will talk more about that soon. Yeah.
Yes. So be sure to say something so we know you're here because we can't always tell it from our end.
Type in the comments, type in the chat. Yeah.
Margot sent me this meme before we got started, and it was just too funny.
Peek behind the curtain today.
They
got P. Diddy. Blow up the bridge. Hi, Rosemary. I love that meme that the German ladies screaming for the fake James Bond guy. What is that movie called? The Spy Who Shagged Me? Yeah. Yeah.
But it is amazing how, as always, they do one thing and create a diversion. And
more than one bridge has been blown up recently, or taken down. Let's just call it that. Recently, that's the one that's made the news lately. And it looks a lot like a miniature 9/11, according to some people's opinions.
Yeah, that's the picture of the bridge, right?
That's the bridge on the cargo ship that took forever to drift and hit it.
Put. And it hits. Yeah. And how does it twist all that metal just by bumping into it?
I was on a Zoom call with some ladies with several ladies, and two of them used to live in Baltimore. One of them actually worked at an office at one end of the bridge, or the neighborhood at the end of the bridge. And the other lady was actually friends with a lot of the ship pilots of that area, and she said there is no way in hell that a professional ship captain pilot would let that happen. For starters, the place is gigantic. There's a ton of room to know how to control a situation before it got that bad. She said literally in a worst case scenario, she was friends with them, so they talked about stuff like that. She said literally, if a captain or a pilot loses control of a ship and it starts drifting, the first thing they do is drop anchor on both ends. That fucker is not going anywhere because it is a threat to anything it could hit. And there is a ton of space for it to drift. And that thing, if you watch the videos, how long it takes for the boat to finally touch the boom bridge. And it's like, they had a ton of time to fix that situation. And they didn't. Some people are also talking about they think that they saw detonations go off. However, I've looked at 2 or 3 different video footages. 2 things come up. One, some of the explosions could actually be electric cables that were already there in the bridge getting pulled apart, and the sparks fly. So that's a maybe, maybe not. 2, it is very interesting that now, tonight, when you go look
Oh, she's
in Baltimore, did I come back? Am I
yeah,
gone?
you're back now.
Okay. When you go look for bridge footage, it's pretty much the exact same shot over and over and over. The 6 or 7 different angles that I saw for 2 or 3 minutes yesterday are gone. They've been cleaned off the internet. You're only going to get 1 or 2 angles, mostly straight on from CNN, NBC, that kind of view, straight on. Yeah, you're not going to get the night vision videos anymore. They're all gone. So, and then there's what on X or Twitter or whatever, people are talking about the bridge was partially or completely shut down the night before. This all supposedly happened at night. And that news releases
Nope, I think we lost her. I'm not sure, but it looks like she's frozen and she tends to drop, and I'm assuming she's frozen for y'all too. The other thing I wanted to show on this here, she's coming back. But while we're working on bringing her back, I was going to bring up we have in this picture this woman is Mitch McConnell's sister-in-law, and some people have we've heard both different ways that some say she is the CEO of the company that owns that boat. She is or was CEO of a U.S. company. The company that owns that boat is a different company. So she may or may not, have anything to do with it. But what is interesting is that Mitch McConnell, who's 82, just stepped down from being the minority Senate leader and will be finishing out his term and leaving in 2027. So just wanted to make that note while we had that picture up. And come on, there we go. All right. So you back, Margo? Yeah.
Emma?
Yeah, you are.
Now, I was trying to, because my picture keeps stopping and starting, but you can hear me okay?
Yeah, you're fine. Your picture's there.
Now I've got some.
You're here.
Weird. I've got about a 30-second delay on the picture.
Well, go ahead. You're here.
And I'm also got subtitles all of a sudden.
Wow, interesting.
So I was trying to answer Rihanna Johnson in the comments section.
Well, yeah, I'll get to that in a minute.
I'm gonna have to kill that one. All right. Mm-hmm.
I think we finished
Rihanna, we're gonna open up just a little bit. Yeah, hang tight, sweetie. We'll get to it.
Are we? Yeah. So, are you done with the other?
So, yeah, I did. I closed it down. So, Angela Chow, yeah, she's the CEO of a different shipping company.
Yeah,
like you were saying. And it just occurred to me, I wonder if those 2 shipping companies are partners?
No, it just means we need to do more digging before we jump into the assumptions that everybody else are jumping onto.
Yeah.
Margo's interrupted again. Okay. So, what we're done, we'll go on tonight. We are presenting or offering free short readings. So we ask that you bring your questions along with an open mind. And remember, it's short readings. We can't go on and go back and forth with Q&A because we're going to read everybody in the order that they appear in the, or that their questions appear in the order on the screen for us. So if you have a question, ask it, and we'll get to it first come, first serve. There's a couple of things that we want to point out. One is that inevitably, when we have these readings, there is oh God, there'll be a bot or a spammer that will come on Facebook, especially, and will start trying to get your attention by stating your name and going, "I'll give you a reading. Contact me." They're fake. The profiles are fake. Ignore them. The other thing is, as we do readings for everybody, remember, Spirit has called you here for some reason, and you're going to see, we always see a common theme in the questions, and there's always answers in other people's questions for you too. So pay attention to the conversation. What am I missing, Margo? Margo, don't disappear on me again. She is having a time with her internet tonight. And hello, Heidi. It's good to see you here. Appreciate you joining us. And hello, Edie. Okay. Here comes Margo. She's coming back. There we go. Yay. All right.
You did good, Iris, real quick. You covered it all.
All right, thanks. So Rihanna is new with us, and she wants to know, how does her ex-boyfriend Curtis feel about me? Do you want me to tackle that? You got
Yeah.
something.
I think we would probably say pretty much the same thing. You first.
Yeah. Rihanna, one of the things that continually comes up is, people want to know about relationships and things like that. And we're happy to delve into it. But the thing that just screams at me with that question is, why does it matter? He's your ex. And she says, I'm feeling bad. And I get that. But if it's truly over, you don't want to let him live rent free in your head. If he truly had feelings for you, he would be coming back. You have to decide what you want and what is best for you. This isn't about him. This is about what you want. And do you really want him back? And I'm
is the bottom line.
Yeah. And so you've got to live your life as what's best for you, is what I'm hearing. And if he's meant to be in your life again, your paths will cross again. It's hard when you fall for somebody and you lose them for whatever reason. But a lot of times it's what's meant to be, because there's other opportunities out there. And it's a lot of times the biggest reason we lose people in our lives is because it's time for us to move on and go to another level.
Yeah.
I mean, are you getting anything?
He's already met the purpose in your life, and part of it is the life lesson that they want you to have is a part of that, learning to grieve a living person and let go, get past the grief and let go of it. He's an exercise in that. What he feels for you is your specific question, actually, and it's irrelevant what he feels. It's what you need and what you feel that is the priority. If you still feel attracted to him and want to start back up, it's up to you to say something to him. If you're not that attracted to him, if you're afraid of a relationship or uncertain or untrusting of a relationship with him, that's what you need to be thinking about, how you feel,
Yeah.
not what he feels. You and your feelings should take priority.
And that's the lesson in and of itself, is to putting yourself first. And Heidi mentions on the boat deal, the captain is from the Ukraine. Interesting. I had not heard that one, Heidi. Thank you. Edie wants to check back in with Dave, please. Margo, you want to handle that?
Yep. I'm tuning in for him. Heidi, he's not Heidi. Edie, close. Half of Heidi's name. Edie, he's getting further and further away in terms of spiritual evolution. It's getting harder and harder for him to reach back to talk to the humans, so to speak. It's still very clear that he's very happy. He's very fascinated with his path. He says he does have plans to reconnect with you in another lifetime. All right, so you will cross paths with him again, but that is down the line. Right now, he's a busy boy. He's a very busy boy, and he's very happy. He makes it really clear that he's very serenely happy and that he's much bigger and more expansive and moving on and on and on. And that's the gist of it. Yeah.
Just to
Thank
say,
you
hey,
for
Lee. Yeah.
Hi, Lee.
Good to see you. Rosemary. Oh, I didn't realize it was reading night. Mom was just in the hospital again, currently at my brother's house with a UTI and sepsis. I'm just checking in about her.
Rosemary, what do you want to know? Do you want to know if she's going to live? Do you want to know if she's happy? Do you want to know if she's hearing voices and who she's talking to?
And Rosemary, I don't need the extra answers, but what I'm
you got something, yeah.
Yeah, what I'm sensing is this is about your recognition of her mortality. And it's tough when, as we get older and our parents get older, they've been with us a long time and then they start getting sick. Sepsis is never a good sign, especially in the extended elderly, because infection can spread so quickly. Any infection like that could be her last. She may be strong and she may pull through it, but this is about you handling the outcome and recognizing her mortality and not being, I'm not saying you're fearful of it, dreading it maybe. She's going to be fine. Even when she dies, she's going to be fine. But there's something there, and that may be the question is, what's the hesitation on your part?
What do you really want to know, Rosemary?
Yeah. What are you dreading about that? If she were to die tomorrow, what would be your issue? And is there something that needs closure for you in your connection with her? A lot of times our parents get older and we think, well, we're okay, everything's fine. But then there's always something after they die that you go, damn, I wish I had asked them that, or I wish I had resolved this, or, when you just get nicer to each other because you get older and you don't worry about it. But then after they die, that thing that bothered you from 20 years ago is still hanging in the air. Maybe it's time to resolve any of those past issues.
Can't hurt. Even if she
Yeah.
pulls through, it still wouldn't hurt to resolve
Yeah.
issues. Yeah.
And most of the time you find the issues are yours, nobody else's.
Other people barely remember. Yeah.
Yeah. Deborah says she's awake. Yeah. What do my guides want me to know? Margo?
Deborah, Heidi. Hi, ladies. I'm awake. What do my guides want me to know? I'm listening to her to her guides. Sorry, guys. I just stopped talking here. They're giving me slightly two different reports, but then again, the duality is the same as the unity. One of them is saying, you're doing a good job. You're doing it the right way. They're proud of you. They're showing me that you're taking baby steps, little tiny steps, so much so that it might feel like you're not making much progress, but you actually are. Another faction, which I vaguely referred to, another aspect of your guides said they want you to speed up and shit or get off the pot. So you see how they kind of sound like a contradiction. Basically, you're taking baby steps up to the pot and you're about to sit on it and either poop or not poop, take action or not take action. You're either going to stand there and look at the pot and maybe stir it, but you need to take action or walk away once you get there, and you're almost there. You're almost on a decision. So, wow, I'm listening to myself, and they're telling me you're still doing it right. You're caretaking every step. You're being fastidious and careful about each step. And they're saying that that's good for you and that's taking care of you. But you're going to get to the point that you're going to have to jump off and take a leap of faith and take action and let the chips fall where they may. Let the flow, the divine timing, take you where it needs to go, where you need to go. But you're definitely facing in the right direction. You are making the right choices. Okay. Be proud of yourself. Lean into it. You'll be all right. Yeah.
Edie said you were reading about was it Dave?
Her friend Dave. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's got a new knee and ready to get another one. So good. Glad that's working out for you. Hello, Ashley. Good to see you here. And she was just with us this past weekend. And I want to skip down. Rose Marie said her mother's been having these UTI for over 10 years. Feels like she knows what's going on or causing it and just not letting her children know. And that could very well be. But I still think there's other stuff going on there. Deborah says, thank you. And Janine, hello to you as well. Now, jumping back to Lee, she says, we bought the Montreat house in October of 2020. Up until this emotional purchase, I had consistent returns from my options trading on the side. What the fuck happened? I haven't been successful trading since we bought the house. The Jack Crandall house has gone up about $200,000 in value since 2020, but I have no intention to sell and every intention of living there someday. What is blocking my option trading so I can pay the thing off?
You're not going to like the answer.
Go ahead.
Lee, you already know what the answer is. You said it in your question. you need to do something else with the Jack Crandall house besides live in it and own it. I'm hearing that selling it is not the only option. I'm aware that at least at one point, you were putting it out as an Airbnb. You can also rent it out, more permanent or long term to people as well. But moving into it is not yet. It's a not yet situation. And it seems to be that the universe is conspiring to slow that down by making the finances for it less than available. Iris, do you have additional information?
Other than she said, yes, she still does short term and she understands what you're saying. I don't think so. I think it's, the house doesn't like being sitting. And I don't know. I hear trading and stuff in my head just go swimmy headed. It's hard to get above it's hard for me to get out of the energy of the trading and all that. And it's like I really have to boost my energy to get above that to really focus on the whys and wherefores. I would say almost that what I kept hearing was the block, which she almost said it herself. What is blocking my option trading so I can pay the thing off? You're doing your own blockage. Whatever is not happening is because you're in a flux and you have to decide what you want to happen.
Yeah, Lee, that's your higher self messing with that. That's not an outside thing.
Yeah,
which is a reiteration of what Iris just said.
Yeah. And Heidi, yes, we got that the captain was Ukrainian, some say from India, and Dale and Jeannie said that they heard the Ukraine too. And I feel compelled to insert here that everybody know. No, everybody doesn't know because the media is lying to you. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes with the Ukraine and Russia. And Ukraine was a big money laundering area with lots of tunnels underneath. And
lots of cargo ships with stuff in it that you don't want to hear about. That was very expensive.
And bioweapon laboratories that were there that Russia themselves built. And Ukraine wouldn't shut them down. And also remember, the current U.S. head of state, without saying names and getting us cut off, has had a lot of money issues in dealing with the Ukraine. And wonder why. Why were they so interested in giving him millions of dollars? And what was the investment there? So we start looking at all that. Keep in mind that the head of Russia is not as bad as people like to think he is. And there were reasons that he was bombing to destroy those biological laboratories because of the crap that was getting ready to come out of it. Plus the sex trafficking and all that stuff. So there's a lot more going on. Remember,
in the Ukraine, than we know about publicly.
Yeah. So, and thank you, Heidi. We have agreement in the audience. Thank you.
That would be. I don't know if you can hear it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, but these improved microphones block out background noise, so we can't ring our bell like we used to. So
was that one blocked out too?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know, it's just crazy.
Amy can hear me eating French fries on the phone with these babies, but this thing won't let me ring a stupid bell. There's a clapper in it. It does make noise. Well, thank
Trish,
you for bringing that forward, Iris.
yeah.
That's much appreciated.
Oh, Shannon
Trish,
says that they could hear the bell. Oh, cool.
okay,
Oh,
so
that's
that might be an
wonderful.
internal thing. Thank you,
Yeah,
Shannon.
yeah.
Trisha is a good friend of mine,
And she's
and
wanting to know,
she's
and that's
saying,
supposed to be flute player. Do you have any messages
yes.
from a special flute player?
What's a special glute player, Trisha?
That reminds me of the guys that play their leg like a guitar, you know?
I'm thinking Jim Carrey in the Pet Detective when he made his butt talk to the police officer.
Yeah. Oh, other people are hearing the bell too.
Oh
Well,
my
good.
god.
Awesome. All right.
Trisha's laughing too. She's saying flute player, and she's talking about Nella. And every now and then, spell check, yeah. Um, oh, cool. A lot of them heard the bell. All right. Uh, I've checked in with Nella lots of times, and oh my, it's been what, a year and a half since she took her last breath. And I check in with her a lot because right before, I mean, the last couple of years and in the last days of her time on the planet, she was really worried about reincarnating. And we had to keep reassuring her, you don't have to come back if you don't want to. Yes, we miss her all the time too. She was a sweetheart for us, as well as a fascinating person. And all from heart. Uh, Even when she was feeling salty, she was still coming from heart. And right now, which is every moment, but right now, I feel like giggling. She's happy. She's happy. She has no intention of reincarnating. She feels like she's in a medium ground, a stasis. Catholics would call it purgatory, but it's not that either. Um, yeah, yeah. Nella's flutes are every freaking where. It's awesome. And Heidi says Nella made my cedar flute with quartz in it, and she taught me how to play it. I love her. And Trisha says, "Good. I feel she is safe. Yes, she's actually very safe. Um, I've developed a belief system about what happens when immediately after we die that is contrary to what I used to believe several months ago. But so I went out there and I said, Nella, do you know about soul traps and have you avoided them? Please tell me you have." And she said, "Yeah, I saw it." She said, "Yeah, I saw it." And I said, "Do you know what to do when you see it?" And she said, she went, "Please, I already figured it out." Duh. Because what to do is very simple. Turn around, look behind you. The creator spirit, the infinite divine is behind you in the other direction. So you have a choice. Um, Most people feel compelled to go to the light, to go down the tunnel. There's voices and images of loved ones called. It's also called a soul trap for a reason. Whole nother discussion, very deep rabbit hole. Back to talking about just Nella. She figured it out and she's hanging out with the good guys, having a beautiful time, very, very proud of not having a human body. Because when she left, hers was not making her happy at all. She was in a lot of pain. She was in a lot of physical pain for years and years. So she is enjoying, she calls it infinite freedom, the feeling of infinite freedom. And she likes to entertain herself sometimes. She likes to expand herself, her awareness, and become huge and just take up a ton of space and be really big and not have any physical repercussions from it and just enjoy the magnitude of what she really is. She's still highly entranced and falls in love with musical sounds like flutes, like birds, and sounds like that. Those things still mesmerize her. And she does like checking in on her loved ones, but she tries really, really hard to not interfere. She has a hard line policy about not interfering. She does like to send comfort and comforting energy, they're there, or, on somebody's head, or a little energy on their heart, something like that. But it's relatively mild compared to what else she could do. And right now, she's enjoying, in a nutshell, she's enjoying a ton of serenity being non corporeal.
Yay.
Yeah.
Michelle says hello, and hello to Michelle. What do my guides want me to know?
She's tuning in. She's listening.
Yeah, give me a second here. Oh, okay. Trying to make sure I saw more comments coming up. All right. So what, Michelle?
Yes,
There
pain
may
free.
be some changes coming up for you. Nothing big or scary. Just new options, something different. Yeah, I'm not saying big and scary or frightening or anything like that, but it's going to be one of those things that, like, you're going to go, I hadn't thought about that. And it's going to be up to you whether you pursue or follow through. But don't be afraid to take a chance. It's going to be an adventure. I think it's going to be an adventure. And it's not like a new person or something like that. It's just going to be like a new opportunity, something new for you to do, something for you to explore. And it's just a
You are
way
going to
to
meet new people, though. Yeah, it's going to
yeah,
involve
new
new
people,
people in
but
your
it's
life.
not like but it's not like going to be. It's not like a new love or something like that. It's just new people, and it's a great way to expand. So take a chance and go for it. But if you don't, then you'll just miss out. And it's, like I said, it's not
Another
earth
one
shattering
come along.
way. But if you want to move and grow, take advantage. I don't know if that makes sense to you or not, but
Doesn't matter. It's still the truth.
yeah.
Michelle's pretty savvy. She'll catch it. She'll figure it out. She'll catch it. Who's next here?
My dad has cancer again. Oh, it's bad this time. Mom's going crazy. Any messages from the universe? I'm so tired. Yeah, it is tiresome when other people are getting sick and dying and they're getting ready to check out, and you're like getting overwhelmed with tension. And why do we do that to ourselves? It's really crazy how we get wrapped up, and it's just a transition. And I know you say your mom's going crazy. Maybe you can help her recognize it's a transition. And one of the saddest things is when somebody is sick and it's their time, that we can't let them go. And I'm not saying that it is his time, but you're saying it's bad this time. If he wants to go, he'll go. And it's like,
Ours,
don't.
tell the story. Tell the story of your friend that hung on to her mother and then later on told you how she wished she had let go sooner because mom was hanging on for her. Do you remember telling me that story?
No. Go ahead, tell it, because
You had a friend or an acquaintance whose mother was critically ill, and her mother was very clearly wanted to go ahead and pass on and die, but she stayed alive and stayed alive and stayed alive and suffered a lot of physical and probably emotional pain because the adult daughter was not ready to let her go yet. And so it went on for several more months. And eventually, mom did pass, and the daughter was okay with it. But shortly after that, the daughter had the revelation, oh my God, mom was hanging on for me. And maybe she could have bypassed months and months of suffering if I had been ready sooner to let go. And the rollout for that lady is it is what it is. That's in the past. Mom understands completely. She knew exactly what you were doing. Her higher self is fine with it. It's okay. Take the lesson, leave the rest, and get on with your life. But it's a lesson that other people can learn too. That you can use that lesson for yourself and even possibly, okay.
Well, she says, no, mom's literally going crazy. But I still think that she's getting tied up in some of this.
Somehow mom's making it about herself. I'm picking up that mom has guilt issues. That mom feels guilty about something and that mom needs closure on something. Perhaps she feels guilty about asking for closure or seeking closure. If that's the case, she needs to read The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. Again, she needs to read it again.
Yeah. And if mom, if mom needs to see a psychiatrist or be on medication, if she's bipolar or something like that, there's only so much you can do. But
at this point,
but recognize part of this is you asked what the message from the universe is. It's recognizing other people's journeys in your own. And there's a separation when you can recognize that you have your journey and the people you love have their journey. And she thinks the CIA is after her. Yeah. That sounds more like I don't know, maybe they are, who knows.
She won't go. I'm just tired. I don't know what else to do. Yes, the universe. All right, so there's two things, V. First of all, it's hard to reason with somebody that's in your mom's position, but the first question is privately, mom, is there something in your life that the CIA would want? And if the answer is no, not really, then we need to move on to, okay, then let's address these paranoid feelings that you're having. If there is something that the CIA might want, then you're going to need to take a different course of action. and there are ways to do that.
Yeah. And I think the message for you, V, is from the universe is being able to recognize what your journey is and what their journey is. And we do rely on, we're here in social groups and family groups to learn from each other. And sometimes when people are acting craziest in our lives, whether it's literally or figuratively, it's when we're getting the biggest lessons. And what I'm hearing for you is, are you taking care of you? One of the first things you said is you're tired. You can't deal with anything until you take care of you. And that's the message that the universe has for you, is to take care of yourself. The other stuff will straighten itself out one way or another. And regardless of how it straightens itself out, you can be supportive, but you don't have to be responsible. And it's learning that.
Val, hang on a second, sweetie. Do I need to? It's backwards. Hang on a second. I will fix that. You need to read this, sweetie, and maybe take a screenshot. Okay. It's forward
Back
down.
up just a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. Here, I'll do this. Remember that you're responsible for the effort, not the outcome. You are a vessel through which the intention of the universe flows. There's no way to know what is in store for this person. All you can do is help her to be the best she can be as it happens. So, yeah. And you
No,
can't
you're
be
not
your best
responsible.
if you're out there flailing about, tired, and no life raft, you're not going to be of any good to anybody. So,
Including yourself. So, yeah, set your boundaries, sweetie. Tell your mom to get help. But guess what? You're her daughter, not her therapist. You need to work on you. You're too tired. And you're going down like a mile a minute, Johnny, and you're taking me with you. My cousin
yeah.
Vinny. My cousin Vinny. So,
And and I think that good advice for anybody is give yourself permission to take care of yourself. We often deny ourselves because we think we're supposed to sacrifice for other people. Nowhere in life does it say that you have to be a sacrifice. And, get off of the cross. Somebody else needs the wood.
I haven't heard that one yet. I've heard the first part, but not the second part. Woo, woo.
And me, don't take that as an insult. That I'm just saying that in general for anybody, I used to say it
That's
about my
not an
mom all
insult
the
at all.
time. And mom was like, "Oh, woe is me," with her hands. Like, Mom, get off the cross. Nobody else needs the wood.
There you go. Trisha made a comment that's helpful if you want to pop that one up. Transition is so personal, and we have to protect ourselves to rest. Transitions can happen without dying too. Your dad can be going through something amazing, and so can your mom. But yes, you have to protect yourself, your health during transitions. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And again, we're taking questions in the order they're received. Shannon asks, I have two questions. What's important for me to know now in my life? It would have been my mom's birthday. She passed 39 years ago and very rarely has come through in readings. Curious why she doesn't. I was 8 years old when she passed. Ah.
Your mom doesn't come around for reading. Oh my goodness. Shannon, that's not an answer I want to say on the air. That's
Well,
really rare. That is
and
super
she
rare.
says, I just realized my second question was confusing. It would have been my mom's 78th birthday. She passed. She doesn't really come through in readings. I've always wondered why not. And I don't, I mean, Margaret may have something deeper, but in general, you can't take it personally when
Correct.
somebody doesn't come through because there are lots of reasons that they might not come through. A lot of times people have their own journey. She passed when you were young. And I got, I don't know what you're getting, Margot, and you can correct me. I get the impression that she left and she jumped right into something else. There was some other life or duties or something. And
You're close.
there was
You're
no
hitting it.
reflection on you. It was not that, oh, I had a daughter and I don't care about her. It was, I got my own shit to
Thing.
deal with over here. And you were young enough that it wasn't a priority because she knew you would have other people in your life to take care of you. So she didn't have to be around. You'll have a chance to meet again or to understand more clearly what's going on, but it's not that she cut you off and is shunning you by any means. It's
You didn't do anything wrong. It's not about you. Yeah, it's not
yeah.
personal to you. Your mom's doing what she was designed to do. And that's okay.
I think having you and getting you started in your life was one of her missions, and she
That was
completed
it.
that.
Yeah, that was it, and that was all. She actually lived longer than she was designed to
Yeah.
as well. All right, she pretty much said it. That's pretty cool. Thank you. Ann's other question is there a future together ahead for me and Mike, please? If there is there a commitment coming, like an engagement, marriage for us?
Mm,
At this point, I'm picking up no.
me too.
And I'm qualifying that as at this point. That doesn't mean that there aren't other options. But where you guys are at right now, it's going to take a little longer of getting to know each other before you come to that decision together. And I'm hearing whenever that decision shows up, it's actually going to be a discussion, not a surprise for either one of you. It's something you two need to actually thoroughly talk about. But right now, yeah, it's a little early. Even if it's been a couple of years, it's still a little early. You guys need to have some heart-to-heart talks first.
Yeah. And I think, and also remember with any reading, I don't care what kind of fortune teller, reader, whatever you go to, everything is malleable and flexible. It's based on what is going on at this minute and presuming that you're continuing on the same path. You can make a choice tomorrow that could shake up everything.
You make a choice in seconds that will change everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can only project based on triangulating what you've already immediately done. Yeah. Nothing is guaranteed. Yeah. You have free will. You can choose differently everywhere. Yeah. Thank you for that excellent reminder. Dale and Jeannie said, "Good one, Iris." They gave you a compliment.
Thank you.
For sure. Shannon Gallagher. Did we already talk?
Yeah,
we were talking about her mom. Okay, yeah. Very cool. Yeah, mom was
so
very cool. Anybody else have questions? Yeah.
I think again we saw the common theme is again healing yourself, dealing with yourself.
Take care of yourself. Yeah.
Nobody else is going to. I mean, it's nice if we have people in our lives that help take care of us, but it's ultimately up to you on doing what's best for yourself. And
Edie Silveri's doing a good job. She's got a happy replaced knee and looking forward to the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trisha's got her great aunt playing drums in the afterlife in her house, and that's a wonderful piece of serenity right there. Yeah, guys, take care of yourselves. Attract that good energy.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
And if you haven't visited our Facebook page and seen some of the pictures from our weekend that we just had, the Heal the Healer Summit, check it out. And next week we're planning to have Dale on and also
Katie.
I've invited Katie, so I'm hoping Katie can join us too. And we'll be putting out the next month's schedule probably over the weekend. So I've got to pull all that together. We've been busy lately. But I appreciate everybody being here for us. And if you ever have any special requests or ideas for a show that you want us to discuss a topic, let us know. We don't want to take anything any further than what you're ready to hear. And we try to listen to the universe for that and also judge to keep ourselves from getting banned or shadow banned. But we're also willing to cover topics if it's something you're interested in. So let us know.
There are ways to talk around key phrases if you want us to talk about something controversial. Come on, y'all. We'll do it. If you want us
I
to.
love finding ways to talk about shit we're not supposed to.
For sure. For sure. We're happy to spread truth, guys.
Yes.
Good, bad, and ugly.
And always question everything. Question everything.
Do the research. Do the research. Yeah. Find your own truth.
All right. Well, it's been fun, y'all. Thank you so much. And I guess we'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you for joining the Eyes of Indigo with Iris Carter and Margot Ross Sears. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this podcast. Music is Arcadia by Kevin MacLeod. Find us at facebook.com/Eyes of Indigo, on YouTube under @Iris Carter Enterprises, and on various podcast aggregators. Copyright 2023 by Iris Carter and Margot Ross Sears.